What's up you guys, it's Ben and welcome back to my channel where we talk about everything there is related to selling on Amazon. So in today's video, what I wanted to speak to you about is the idea of selling products outside of your home country. For most of the viewers here, it's probably going to be outside of the UK. In today's video, what I want to do is actually share with you what are my thoughts and feelings are about this idea of actually selling in Europe, in America, in Australia, and pretty much broadening out your customer base, because the truth is UK is actually not even the biggest customer base for Amazon. It's actually in America. So would it make sense for us to actually send our products across the pond effectively and actually sell them in America, where there is far more customer base, and therefore we would get a lot more sales coming in from dollars back into British pounds and so on. So in today's video, I actually just wanted to give you my opinion, because I have tried it and I wanted to let you know exactly what I think about selling in other countries. With that being said, guys, if you are interested in selling on Amazon, then please don't forget to check the links down below for my own personal mentorship, where I will actually guide you step by step on how to start off your Amazon FBA business on the right foot. Otherwise, guys, if you're interested in selling on Amazon but you're running on a relatively lower budget, then please don't forget to check the links down below for Helium, then the best product research tool out there, or Tide, the perfect business bank account to start off your Amazon FBA business. With that being said, guys, let's get straight to the video. Right, guys, so before we get into this topic, the first thing we need to figure out is how many countries does Amazon actually now sell in? Because I looked at the statistics which are actually quite old, around 2015, and Amazon was already selling in 11 countries. But as of right now in 2021, according to Amazon's website themselves, as you can see, they are selling in United States, Canada, Mexico, Brazil, all across Europe, quite a few countries in Asia, as well as United Arab Emirates and the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. So there is, first of all, plenty of countries to choose from when it comes to selling your products potentially outside of the UK. Now, what I also found interesting, and I did not know about this at all until doing this video effectively, is that India and China are not currently open to sellers based outside of these countries. So effectively, Amazon is trying to sell in China. However, us sellers, UK sellers, American sellers, or pretty much anyone outside of China, we are not permitted to sell in that particular marketplace. So they effectively can sell in ours, but we cannot sell in theirs. I'm not saying that I would ever think about selling in China. However, not having the option to do so is actually quite strange, at least in my opinion. Okay. Now, what I also wanted to show you guys before speaking about this is the annual net sales of Amazon in selected leading markets across 2014 to 2020. Now, first things first, as you can see, and it's pretty much obvious for the last few years, that the sales have been growing quite tremendously. Over literally the space of 6 years, they have gone from less than 100 billion to almost 400 billion, and that is a fourfold increase in literally under 6 years, which is really, really important. But what's more important is to actually understand and know which countries have done the best, where Amazon is the biggest effectively, and without any surprise, as you can see, their biggest by far is going to be in United States. Next up being Germany, then United Kingdom here in the gray, Japan in the red, and the rest of the world in the green. Okay, so as you can see, they're by far the biggest in America, followed by Germany and United Kingdom. So in my personal opinion, what do I think? Do I think you should start selling in other countries potentially to grow your Amazon FBA business? So instead of actually sending more products into the UK market, maybe you want to sell your products that have been doing relatively well in the UK, maybe into America, because for example, look at how many sales they're getting, how many much more customer database that they have, and so on. Well, the first problem is, guys, when it comes to choosing and selling in other countries, is the language barrier. Okay, and this is a big problem in my opinion that I didn't actually come across until I thought about selling into Europe. Unless you can actually speak that particular language, for example, if you're Spanish, then maybe potentially selling in Spain would actually not be a bad idea. But the problem is, guys, remember that when you actually sell in other countries, you have to adjust to their culture, and you have to adjust the pictures, you have to adjust the title, you have to adjust the key features, and And when a customer actually responds to you, with a query in their own language, you have to respond to that customer as well in their language. So there will be a lot of Google Translate going on and then going backwards and forwards, because sometimes, well, actually in most cases, at least in my opinion, you will actually say something that doesn't actually make sense. So Google Translate, you just copy and paste the answer, but it doesn't actually make sense to the actual customer. And that can lead to a lot of negative reviews, bad feedback, and so on and so forth. How about selling in countries that speak the same language, like the UK, for example? So why not sell in America or Australia or any other country that we actually share the same language effectively? And the big problem here, in my personal opinion, is none other than taxes. Okay, for example, in the UK we have to worry about two taxes and two taxes only when it comes to selling, and that is the corporation tax effectively for our own business, and the value added tax as well, which is usually 20% after you have reached the threshold of £85,000. Now, what happens if you think about selling into the US market? Well, you have to worry about their value added tax. You have to worry about their national corporation tax, as well as state income tax as well. There are far more taxes that you have to learn and know about. And in my personal opinion, guys, selling on Amazon FBA is hard enough. There is so much for you to learn each and every single day. There is so much for you to gather each and every single day, that actually now all of a sudden starting to look into the tax system of America, of Australia, of the rest of Europe is just overwhelming, at least in my opinion. So when it came to me selling in the rest of Europe, I actually had to pull all of my inventory out before Brexit because it was just too much of a hassle. Those particular countries are just too small. There is not much competition going on, but there's also not that many sales going on at the moment. They're very, very immature markets as of right now. And America, on the other hand, in my personal opinion, is just too complicated. It's much more competitive than the UK market. There are far more shady tactics and shady things going on by competitors, because China is mainly attacking the US market and then the other markets, which are far more smaller. And in my personal opinion, guys, in conclusion, I'm of the mindset that if it's not broke, why you need to fix it? In my personal opinion, if I'm selling in the UK and it's working really well for me, and I understand the language and I understand the taxes and I understand the culture, then why not just bring out more products into that marketplace and become an expert in that marketplace? Instead of spreading myself too thinly across various other marketplaces, I just want to go into one marketplace and really penetrate it as hard as I possibly can with as many products as I possibly can, as opposed to spreading myself too thinly. So that's my thoughts. What do you think about it? Have you tried selling at other marketplaces, and what is your experience? Please let me know in the comment section down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll speak to you soon.